At first, I didn't think it was real. I woke up to this blinding light, and I was transported to another place. Pluto TV! Then I heard a voice.
Come with me if you want to live.
There were thousands of movies and shows, and they were all free.
The truth is ours.
It's just so beautiful.
On Pluto TV, free streaming of Terminator 2, Fringe, Arrow, The 100, and The X-Files may cause excitement, loss of sleep, and sudden belief in extraterrestrials. No credit cards or alien encounters necessary. Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.
How can I heal my Hashimoto's?
This is JJ Virgin, 4-time New York Times bestselling author, celebrity nutrition expert, and fitness Hall of Famer. I've been on a lifelong quest for answers to the toughest health questions. And now I'm sharing what I found with you. Welcome to Ask the Health Expert.
Janice from Instagram asks, how can I heal my Hashimoto's? All right, this is a first here on the Ask the Health Expert podcast. I've got the father of one of our guests who's been on a couple times. You all know and love Dr. Will Cole. Well, now I've got Dr. Bill Cole. His dad is on today to be answering questions for you. So Dr. Bill Cole is a functional medicine expert and a health coach, and he is the founder and creator of the Key Cellular Nutrition and Cellular Health Accelerator programs. And he there, by the way, with a team of more than 30 dedicated health experts, educate individuals on the steps needed to start improving their well-being. His specialty really is the 40 to 65-year-old women market. So I'm like, come on over to the show, Dr. Bill. Also, he has been a competitive bodybuilder, skilled hunter, avid golfer, but for the last 36 years, his biggest passion is natural health. And that's been his main focus. So I am super excited to have him with us today. Stay with us. We'll be right back to answer that question.
You know, if you're asking the question, how do you heal Hashimoto's? I think it first has to be recognized that the typical doctor is going to tell their patient that it can't be reversed. It can't be healed. But I have my own personal experience in this regard. I have a young lady that works for me that came to me 4 years ago with Hashimoto's, and she had all of the symptoms. She had everything from top to bottom. Her hair was falling out. She had terrible fatigue, could barely get off the couch, 60 pounds overweight. She had skin problems. She had gut problems. She had terrible joint pain problems. She had everything. And doctors were telling her at that point, there's really nothing you can do. Your blood work looks good. And what they're not telling her is that, yeah, if you're in your 20s, which she was, your blood work's pretty much going to look good. It can take 20 or 30 years before it to start to show up in the blood as being bad, but she was bad. And so we wound up dealing with her from a causative standpoint. This is the key, that if somebody is going to reverse their condition, you've got to get down to that root cause reason. You have to ask the question, why? Why does somebody have low energy? Why does somebody have trouble losing weight? Why do they have autoimmune disease? It's not like they're born with it generally. It's something that develops over a lifetime. Something changed inside that person. And if you want to reverse that, you've got to figure out what that is. Well, here's the thing. In every person that we see who's autoimmune, they have three things that are going on. Number one is that they have what we call genes of susceptibility, weak genes that have been turned on. Those genes have to be turned off. There's a field of study called epigenetics. We used to think genes were our destiny. Now we know that most genetic disorders are actually epigenetic disorders. That means above the genes, beyond the genes. So yeah, we can turn these bad genes on through the things we do in our lives. We say genes load the gun, but what we do every day in our lives pulls the trigger, right? So there are things we do to turn these things on, but the good news is we know we can turn them off. So that's number one, is they have this bad gene turned on. Number two is that they have certain stressors in their life. It can be physical, chemical, or emotional that's actually turning on those genes. So we need to identify that. Mostly it's chemical. It's toxins that we're exposed to that will turn these genes on. And the third thing is they always have a leaky gut. They have gut damage. They're driving inflammation every day because of this porous gut where bacteria, virus, toxins, undigested foods passing into the bloodstream creates an inflammation response. When you deal with Hashimoto's, from those three perspectives. You turn off the bad genes. You identify these stressors and you remove them from your life. And then you work on healing the gut. That's when you'll start to see those antibodies reverse. That's what happened with this young lady who works for me. And today she doesn't have antibodies. She has her life back. She lost 60 pounds, not even trying to lose weight, didn't exercise, right? Everything that she had was gone or it's greatly improved at this point. So yeah, it is possible. We see that in our clinic regularly. So don't believe that if people are telling you that it's not reversible. You have to catch it at a certain point. Generally, if there's too much damage, then there are limits to time and matter. But for a lot of people, they can reverse that. One thing that we utilize is what's called diet variation. There are certain ways that we can eat. We can change our diet. Most people get stuck in the same diet, right? They eat the same foods every day, and they get stuck in what we would call sugar burning mode. The typical American is not good at burning fat. Right. So we would recommend for that person that they would go into a healthy keto diet for a period of time. They don't stay there, but it's just this in and out. See, our ancestors used to do this naturally. They would have periods in their life where they didn't have food, certain times of the year. That was really, they didn't have a choice, right? That was necessity. We can do these things by choice today. And we know when we vary our diet that we can turn off these bad genes. We also know that if we reduce inflammation in the body, so following an anti-inflammatory whole food diet, getting away from the sugar, there's that discussion again about the foods, right? So it's the sugar and the bad fats that drive inflammation. Another thing that we always teach is regenerating the cell membrane, which has been damaged. That'll turn off these bad genes. How do you do that? Increase your consumption of healthy fats. That membrane is made of fat. When we get healthy fats in our body, we can help to heal that. There's also something called methylation, where most people that are sick, they don't have enough methyl groups. These are carbon and hydrogen groups. I don't get too lost in the weeds here. But if you're undermethylated, you can't even begin to heal. So we have to provide these methyl groups, and you can get that in a quality supplement, namely methylfolate and methylcobalamin B12. That's going to help provide these methyl groups that will help turn off these genes. In a nutshell, though, live a healthy lifestyle. Have more fruits, have more vegetables, get rid of the bad stuff, and your body will naturally turn off those bad genes and turn on the good genes. That's important too.
This is JJ with Ask the Health Expert. I do this 5 times a week, so make sure you never miss a show by going to subscribetojj.com.